So this month we've got a lot happening. The middle of the month is going to be pretty full on. Positivity you have in the beginning of the month will be interrupted by the middle of the month, and then the positivity is back again. It's a little bit of a loop. Saturn just turned retrograde on the 30th of June. Neptune is about to do the same. Both in Pisces, a lot of emotions, a lot of spiritual yearnings, and looking at things that we have achieved so far this year from a bit more emotional, philosophical perspective, which is fine. And here we find where do we stand, our responsibilities, what do we know, what we don't know. So there's a lot of that revision going to be on the cards for the next months. And July is that beginning of that revision, of that loop that both Saturn and Neptune do in Pisces. What else? We have Neptune retrograde I told you about. Mercury in Cancer, trine Neptune in Pisces in the beginning of the month. Just getting out of that Cancer now, ready to get into Leo. The Mercury finally, after all this emotional thought process, we get to the point where we just feel things more. And Venus is going to be trining that Neptune in Cancer right at the beginning of the month. And that means that you finally begin to understand how you can work with these emotions and what you can make out of it and how to make it work, so to say. And then we have Mercury entering Leo on the 3rd of July. Moon has just went over Mars and Uranus there, a little bit of a shambles Tuesday, the 2nd of July. As Mercury entered Leo, we have an opposition to Pluto that has just entered Aquarius this year for good, almost-ish. It's going to retrograde back into Capricorn and then will resume its journey into Aquarius once again around the time when Neptune goes direct in December. So we already have a little bit of a new opportunities coming in, and they are transformative opportunities. At the same time, on the 5th, that Mars will be sextiling Saturn. That's a great productive time. On the same day, we have a Cancer new moon and the new beginnings in the family front, or something like that just emotionally moves you, something you want to do of your own, being creative and emotional and perceptive and protective and vulnerable, finding the right crew to do it with. The Venus in Cancer will sextile Uranus in Taurus on the 11th. And same story, we have kind of like a smooth month in a way that watery planets, Venus and the Sun, and the Taurus planets, like they're malefics, but still they're good. These planets sextile everything happening in Taurus, which is the Sun and the Uranus. Even though they're malefics, they are still letting us know new ways of doing things and being quick on our feet and understanding that our environments change and how do we adapt to that, and being on also in our emotional integrity, being honest with ourselves. So this is like this kind of month inspired by Cancer vibes, you know, the zodiac sign Cancer. So Venus in Cancer will sextile Uranus and Taurus, and then we go into this new sort of vibe of the month from the second decan. We get Sun Cancer trine Saturn in Pisces on the 11th. Venus in Cancer trine Neptune as well. So it's like this dance between Pisces and Cancer. Venus enters Leo on the 12th, and it got us a bit more invigorated. You know, we became finally learning new things, learning new tricks, applying them, and being in love and being brave and doing new things. So now we're finally doing new things, because that, you know, connection to Saturn previously was just a little check-in with how we feel and what we're doing, and it was all good, and then it's green light. So now it's new things. So anyone who is not prepared, this is going to be like a revelation time when you have an opportunity to change things, if you do want to do that. Moon in Scorpio is squaring Pluto in Aquarius on the 15th, which is going to emotionally check with the previous thing I said, like, so emotional checking in. So this month you can really take the time to check in with yourself and be your very internal, maternal, paternal, like whatever suits your fancy. And then you just go and just give yourself a cuddle and check in with yourself. And then boom, Mars in Taurus conjunct Uranus in Taurus. That's the conjunction in Taurus on the 16th of July. That is the main event of this month. And in the middle of the month is definitely that left field. You thought you were checking in and this and that, but this is going to be like, oh, by the way, we also have this going on. And you're like, okay, now I have to really see if my theories work and put them at practice. In a couple of days, Sun in Cancer sextile that Uranus. So it's going to be fine. It's going to be good news. On the 19th of July and all these like days after that conjunction between Mars and Uranus, we will be feeling that Sun is supporting us, and really it could be good for the ego, but also could be new structures affirming themselves, and you are understanding your impulse even more. All right, so then we have at the end of the month, Mars will be sextiling Neptune because it's already leaving Taurus. And it will be doing that on the 20th. And again, try not to do anything wildly crazy this day. Just, let Mars enter Gemini. And it enters on the 21st. Here we have straight away a trine to Pluto. And this is like, okay, it was worth reassessing everything and checking in and testing everything. And now I actually have this new fresh way of doing things because I have learned so much about how I ground myself, how I get stuff done, and if there's any chaotic situations that I'm still on top of things. So that's kind of like the invigorating, I don't mind that. So you see how at the middle of the month it might seem really shocking and surprising, and then it just really bums it out. It bums it out. balmy outs. I don't know how to say it better. Like, it's just smooth sailing out. It was like smooth sailing, but it's just like if you have a 4-wheel drive, it obviously will be. You know what I mean? Don't bring a scooter to this July. It has to be something prepared, man. Okay, so then we have Mercury in Leo square Uranus and Taurus now. Mercury is already like up there. So Mercury all this time was in Leo, Jesus. Trying to process that from the ego perspective and getting some glitches here and there. Oh God, now at the same, it's a eventful day. So prepare for like these eventful days, washy, because it's like so watery, but also pretty sharp and like consequential. So yeah, just prepare that end of July is going to be like a double check, because Capricorn will be happening. Capricorn full moon will be happening then as well. And it's just all happening. So 21st of July, hang on to your hats. Oh God. Sun in Cancer trine Neptune in Pisces, Mars in Gemini trine Aquarius. Well, I look forward to that Capricorn full moon. It's going to be exciting. And then everything sort of just like switches off in terms of Sun enters Leo, opposes Pluto straight away. So that's just that rebirth process right there, the Phoenix rising, and it's all now time to just eat the fruit, eat the honeydews, and feed each other grapes because it's Leo season. All right, and yeah, that's pretty much the month. On the 26th, Mercury enters Virgo, and just moon making its way through towards Gemini at the end of the month, touching on all of those Piscean, Arian, and Taurian fields with the planets there. Saturn, Neptune, Chiron, and we also have Uranus still in Taurus. Thank you for looking through the month with me. It's going to be a month of peaks and valleys, so choose your battles. Like those cats are not. They just keep on. You are much welcome. And you are with Allah. And yeah, subscribe, like, and share. Bye.